What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here with the Ratatoskr Demonic Beast battle and covering the best holy relics that you guys want to be prioritizing on your Grand Cross account. So what we're going to be doing in today's video, guys, is going over to the holy relics section and going over all 6 of the Ratatoskr holy relics in the game at this very moment and ranking them based on how well I think they are for your account from number 1 all the way to number 6. Since there's only 6 of them available, it's going to be a lot easier for me to actually give you guys a concrete ranking of each of the holy relics. So that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we're on the road to that 50,000 subscribers. And guys, we recently hit that 48k, man. We've been grinding on the channel. It's been a really good time, man. So yeah, if you haven't hit that sub button already, make sure to, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. Now, with that out of the way, guys, let's hop in and let's go over each of the holy relics here. So starting off with Mael's holy relic here, guys, let's actually read what the effect does, and we'll talk about how good it actually is for the character. So for Mael's holy relic, is going to increase the hero's damage dealt by 20% up to 60% when a goddess ally uses a single target attack. It's also going to increase the hero's attack related stats by 10% up to 30% when a goddess ally uses a all target attack. So this holy relic right here, guys, off the rip, I thought it was going to be good, but I did not expect it to be as good as it actually was. Mael's holy relic is absurdly broken, man. I think this is one of the strongest holy relics in the entire game by far, because it makes Mael go from like more of a supportive DPS to just like an actual dedicated DPS. Bro is absolutely insane. So yeah, I mean, getting up to 30% attack related stats is really good. You have to 60% damage dealt, and you can stack both of those together. This 30% attack related stats, by the way, is already just added instantly into his stats. It's not like, you get like a blue buff attack related stats. You just instantly get it into your stats, so you can't get buff stripped from it. You can't get it lowered. Remember that Mael as a character cannot be stat lowered in PvP, so in PvE he will be able to. But overall, guys, I mean, that is absolutely absurd. So remember, he's giving himself all stats. He gets damage dealt as well for every goddess ally on the battlefield. So now he's really benefiting from having the goddess allies on the battlefield and being able to just be that strong DPS for the team. So yeah, I mean, really good holy relic. We'll see exactly where that one is. Definitely a high priority. I'm gonna rank him at the very end, guys, but Mael's is one of the strongest holy relics from Ratatoskr for sure. Moving on to Trader Meliodas' holy relic here, guys. In PvE, increases the hero's attack related stats by 5% up to 25%, and whenever an ally uses a single target attack skill, remove 1 debuff from each ally whenever the hero uses an all target attack skill. This is a absurdly strong holy relic for Trader Meliodas, guys. I've already talked about how good Trader Meli is in all the other demonic beasts. Like when I've gone through my demonic beasts like showcases, guys, a lot of the teams do include Trader Meli, right? A lot of them do. So being able to run Trader Meli and be successful without his holy relic is good, but now with this holy relic and you getting that 25% extra attack related stats, on top of the fact that Trader Meli is now a supportive cleanse character with his AoEs, that is really good. So his ultimate or his AoE skill that he has, the Pierce, is actually able to remove debuffs from your team, and this is really good for things like Floor 4 Bird, where in Bird you're really going to be struggling with those debuffs sometimes, especially when you get to that final phase and you just get spammed with a ton of debuffs, right? So getting this holy relic is going to be really good, and Trader Meli already was a very strong supportive / DPS type character. As well as that, this is usable in PvE. It says active outside of PvP, right? So you actually can use it in other content like final boss or any type of like PvE content, right? So that's obviously very good. And yeah, guys, I mean, this is easily one of the higher priority holy relics from Rat. In my opinion, it really is just that strong. Definitely one of the higher priority ones, and yeah, I mean, one you're definitely gonna want to get. Moving on, guys, we got Dariare's holy relic. This one's gonna increase HP by 5% for 3 turns each time the hero uses a skill up to 3 times. When this effect reaches max stacks, critical chances increase by 20% and critical damage is increased by 80% for 2 turns. Now, this is a good holy relic, right? It is a good effect. You're getting HP stacked up, right? You get up to 3 times, and then when you do get max stacks, you keep the HP and you gain crit chance and crit damage. Now, that is good, but the thing that kind of sucks about this though, guys, is that Dariare right now is just not good. If we get like LR Red Dariare, right? If like that happens in the future at all, then this holy relic is going to be absurd, because remember, remember Red Dariyari benefits from the fact that every time she uses a skill, you're going to be getting an attack percent, you know, a 10% attack increase, right? So stacking that on top of the fact you're getting the HP buffs, you're gaining the crit chance for damage. That's so many buffs for her Amplify ultimate where she was able to nuke, that if she does get, you know, some type of LR release, then maybe this is a good Holy Relic. Right now at the moment, guys, this would definitely be a lower priority Holy Relic, just because of the fact that you don't really get much use out of this in the game at the moment, really, right? Dariyari is just not really viable in content right now, so I would definitely say this is kind of a lower priority Holy Relic overall, guys. Moving on to the next Holy Relic, we got Camilla's Holy Relic. This is going to be increasing the attack and pierce rate of unknown race allies with 4 orbs or less in their ultimate move gauge by 20%, and also decrease attack related stats of enemies who use skills during the enemy's turn by 5% for 1 turn, and this is going to apply before skill activation. So this is a pretty good you know, Holy Relic, guys. It's not as good as Nanashi's Holy Relic when we're talking about buffing unknown characters, because remember, Nanashi is providing 30% you know, basic stats across the board. Camilla, what she provides instead is going to be 20% you know, attack and pierce rate for those unknown allies when they have less than the, you know, the max ultimate move gauge, pretty much, right? It's also gonna lower the enemy's attack related stats, which is pretty nice too, and it's a great debuff attack related lower too, so you can't buff strip it. It is guaranteed, so you know, that right there is not bad at all. I think if you combine this Holy Relic with the green Camilla, guys, because the one that actually does have the backline supportive, you know, passive right here, right? You know, the 15% basic stats for applicable allies, you get max HP, critical resistance, critical defense, right? So, you know, if you combine that with that Holy Relic, then she is on the level of Nanashi in terms of strength, right? Like, that is a really good buff. And honestly, if you're thinking about it, the amount of damage you would get from this Holy Relic combined with Camilla's, you know, her passive right here is more stats overall than Nanashi would be providing in terms of damage. So if you are looking for a damage support backline, Camilla would be really good with this Holy Relic, only if you have the green one. If you do not have the green Camilla, then this is definitely a really low priority Holy Relic, because overall you're just not going to use it. But if you do have green Camilla, guys, I'd probably say this is a more mid-tier priority relic. You don't necessarily need this, especially if you have Nanashi's relic, but it definitely can be good in you know, in some circumstance if you're looking for that extra damage. Alrighty, guys, moving on to the Queen Hel Holy Relic. This is going to increase the hero's crit chance and crit damage by 10% for each source of pain on the enemy, up to 50%. And in addition, every time the Undying Shepherd is removed from the hero, they recover 30% of their max HP. So this is actually a really strong Holy Relic in tandem with what Hel was already doing in her passive. So remember that whenever allies die on the team, guys, I think it's, yeah, so let me see if I can find it here. So yeah, increases all stats. It might be, is it inner ultimate? Yeah, so inner ultimate. So Undying Shepherd, right? So pretty much whenever allies die, you know, she's gonna get a revive. And so what happens is that if she dies with that revive, she's gonna recover 30% of her maximum HP. That's really good. So you get a kind of like a healing effect off the fact of you know, dying with the revive, which, you know, before Hel did not have unless you ran Tarmiel Link. So, you know, with this, you actually are able to benefit from that. Plus, you are gaining crit chance and crit damage, which is good overall. So yeah, this is definitely a good Holy Relic, guys, but it's only good if you're running Hel on like an unknown variant team. And at the moment, you're not really going to be running her on any real unknown variant teams that are viable right now. So I would say this is definitely a mid-tier priority relic. It's not going to be that insane in my opinion, but it's still very good for the character herself. And if you are planning to use Hel, then this will definitely be a big upgrade. And moving on to the final Holy Relic here, guys, we do have the Queen Liz Relic. Now, when an enemy is afflicted by Intervention of Light attacks by an applicable ally, all critical strike damage taken decreases by 50%. When Goddess Wrath reaches 4 stacks, 2 debuffs are removed from applicable allies, and applicable allies' attack related stats increase by 20% for 2 turns, and this is going to be for the Goddesses and 7 Deadly Sins, you know, characteristics. So, yeah, I mean, guys, this is really good. You're getting 50% less damage taken on crits, which is very strong. You gain Cleanse, which is really good as well when you reach 4 stacks of Goddess Wrath. And then applicable allies also gain attack related stats by 20%. I mean, that is a really nice supportive relic while being able to, you know, provide the team with just a ton of damage cleansing and damage reduction from crits. I mean, it's a good relic. You know, if you're running Queen Liz on a goddess oriented team, like if you're running her alongside Mael, right, you definitely want both the relics, and both of them would be pretty good in tandem together, right? I wouldn't say this is a must-have relic at the moment, just because of the fact that Goddesses are not really a viable team in PvP at the moment. You could definitely get to like Champion 1 with them, but they're not like a, a high-tier PvP team, in my opinion, guys. I think they're kind of, kind of falling off at this point, even with this relic. It definitely helps Queen Liz, but it's not enough to warrant, running the full Goddess team in PvP at the very least. So, I would say overall it's kind of mid-tier to maybe low-tier priority, depending on, if you are using Goddesses or not, and especially Queen Liz herself. Alright guys, so now let's actually rank all the holy relics from, in my opinion, from the best to worst. So the number one holy relic, in my opinion, that you guys should be getting is going to be Trader Meli's holy relic. In my opinion, this holy relic is the best one to get because you're going to be benefiting all your PvE teams that you run Trader Meli in already, and by, being able to cleanse your team, you gain attack related stats for himself. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be a major buff for Trader Meli and his teams that you're running. And when you do run Floor 4 the Bird, this is going to be a very good holy relic for that, right? Being able to cleanse, I mean, that's super valuable. Getting that extra attack related stats is also very valuable too. So I would say that, in my opinion, this is the number one relic to be getting, just because of the bonuses you get and how viable Trader Meli is right now. Yeah, it's a really good holy relic overall, guys. So my number one, in my opinion. Now the number two is going to be Mael. Mael's holy relic is so strong that it makes him one of the strongest DPSs in the game once you've fully built up all these things. I mean, in Heroes Arena, I've used Mael setting up all these like stats here, and you're able to do a triple AoE turn 1 and just kind of one bang everybody. Like, that 30% attack related stats is felt. It's a big chunk of attack related. Like, bear in mind, like, Nasians as a character that released recently, right? He gives 30% attack related stats for the team too. Mael is getting 30% on turn 1 if you triple AoE with your team. Like, that's absurd, right? So yeah, it's just a really strong damage relic, in my opinion. So I would say that's definitely my number 2 overall. And now moving on to number 3, guys, it's gonna be kind of tough. I would probably say, depending on if you own the characters or not. If you have like the green Camilla, it could be arguable. I would probably say Queen Hel next. I'll probably say Queen Hel next, yeah, because, her effect where you get the healing off the revive, I think, is valuable. Also, getting that crit chance crit damage is really good, too. So, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to run Hel at all in the game, I mean, that's going to be a big buff. And Hel right now, I feel like it's more viable than Queen Liz, just because of how viable unknowns are overall in the game. And then, again, same thing goes with Camilla and hers, but you have to have the green Camilla. If you do not have green Camilla, then I wouldn't recommend this being number 3 or even number 4. This would be probably one of the bottom relics in the game from Ratatoskr. So what I would say, guys, is I would have Camilla 3 if you have the green one. If you do not have the green one, then I would say Hel 3, and then Camilla would probably be number 5, and I would put Queen Liz in number 4. If you have the green Camilla, though, then she'd be number 4 or number 3. It's probably arguable between her and Hel, but it really depends on if you want that extra backline or if you're going for, just kind of buffing your team with Hel herself. Right, so yeah, so either of these 3 or 4, if you have green Camilla, obviously, to take that into account. And then Queen Liz, guys, and then unfortunately the last one there is going to be Darriere, just because of the fact that Darriere right now is just not good enough to warrant getting that relic, in my opinion, guys. So yeah, man, that is going to cover the holy relics right there, guys, from the Ratatoskr, in my opinion. So hopefully this was helpful, guys. The Rat Guide will be out later this week. I'm probably going to have it out maybe on the weekend, maybe even, yeah, maybe even Friday. We'll see. We'll see, guys. We'll see. I'm thinking, like, when I'm going to try and get it out. I got a lot of work to do with it. It's going to be a long video, probably, like, over an hour, considering the Nidhogg one was as well. So, yeah, man, we'll see. So, that's going to be it for the video, though. I hope you guys did enjoy, and we'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you there, man.